Alright, let's get this trailer and let's get back out. Once we get back on the road, I'll look and see just what the rest of the trip looks like. Um, I thought I'd turn lights on. I guess not. Went and grabbed a bottle of water, so hopefully that'll kind of help a little bit with my voice sounding so raspy. I know it is a little dry from just clearing all that crap out that I've had going on for the past week now. So it's feeling it with just having the nice drink of water. It's feeling a little bit better, you know. So we'll see. This is going to be interesting with the advanced coupling, with hitting the trailers like this at this angle. Hopefully I can get it. I may have to go in game into the... There we go. Now as far as how to get these out, I am not quite sure. Let's look around and see what we have for room. If I go straight, I'm totally going to hit those. I think my best bet would be make it tight and go between that convertible Mustang and that truck. No, I think that's going to be too tight. You know, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. I think if I go between the Camaro and the Mustang, if I hug the left, that'll buy me enough room to get the trailer around, to get around the Mustang. I may have to go in between the two spots between those two trucks over there, but I think I can do it that way. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. So let's go this. We'll start going towards the Camaro a little bit. We're definitely gonna hug it. So we're going right next to the Camaro. Yeah, right there. That's looking beautiful. Yeah, these trailers are a challenge, like I've said before, but I absolutely love it. I think they're a blast, and this is one of the reasons, you know, trying to maneuver around such a long load is fun. That's my definition of fun in this game. And it looks like we're gonna clear that Mustang. I think we are good to go. Good shit. Look at that. Whoever said I couldn't be a trucker, they need to watch this video. That, I think, to me, that was some damn good trucking. That was some good planning and being aware of the situations. I didn't hit any vehicles. I didn't scratch anything. I thought that was damn good. This is gonna be fun. We'll just hog the right here, or hog the left, and we'll just keep hogging the left. And we'll get through this. We'll navigate this. If we can make it in and out of that parking lot, we can make it through this no problem. We can accomplish anything at this point. And we are looking good. Good shit. Alright, let's get back out on the highway. Where'd it go? Look at that. You might have thunk I'd done this before. If you can tell now from this video that these trailers are a lot of fun. I love doing these dual 53 footers. Like I said, each video I'm going to try and switch it up. I'm going to try not to do the same ones every single time. So I'll end up taking these mods off. I might do triple of the single axles. Might do those next. Maybe I'll throw the bamboo on and I'll do the bamboo. A good friend of mine, Williams, who's really big in the trucking world and ATS trucking, he has some mods that he sent me that I might throw those on and rolling around with those. I just saw on struggle up this hill a little bit. I saw in the Steam Workshop that there is like a huge, like, quarry style dump truck that I've seen a couple guys on the ATS Facebook page hauling, and that looks like a lot of fun. Some of them were saying, or at least one guy said he only got stuck underneath 3 bridges. I need to look more into that and see if I'm gonna get stuck under bridges, or if I'm gonna have to, like, you know, find a way to work my route around not getting stuck under bridges. That could be a challenge. I bet that would be fun in its own. So, no idea what the future holds for the next load. We'll just finish this one, get this one dropped off. Hopefully the drop-off point's not too crazy. I've had some of them where I drop them off, and because these are so long, and I'm trying to drop off, and like I've talked about a little bit ago in this episode, or this last episode, whatever this ends up being, some of the drop-off points are just so small, and dropping off these 253 footers, it's a pain in the ass. But I mean, this is a mod versus those are stock drop places, so that's kind of my issue right there, is just using the mod. But you know, I'll get over it. I'm over it. We'll drop it off, and if we need to, I can teleport back to Phoenix, and we can start in Phoenix again, or I can go to the nearest truck shop, and it'll be okay that way. Now, it looks like we're gonna start heading south here before too long. We're rolling into Tucson, so, and I can see there on the GPS that we're actually, as soon as we get past this overpass, we're gonna be making our way off the highway. Let's turn our blinker on. Let's slow way down. This exit's coming up quick. Get up. Let's get all the way to the right here. This looks like a fairly narrow. Yeah, this is fairly narrow. So we're gonna hug the right, just to make sure that both the trailers can make it through this part of the highway. I forget what these are called. It slipped my mind. Let's make sure we can make it over this part without scraping the second trailer all down the Jersey barrier right there off to the left, which I think, I'm not going to say we're good, but we're doing okay. I think we've just about made it out. We're good. We'll get back on the highway, and then, like I said, I want to kind of look and see what want to see how much longer we're projected. We may be towards the end of the trip. I know we're towards the end of the trip, but we may not have to rest again before we drop this load. If that's the case, it's going to be fairly close. We're probably going to be dropping it and then going right to resting, which, you know, is fine with me. No sweat off my back. So once we get up to 70 miles per hour, get cruise control set, we'll stop and take a look real quick. Alright, we're almost there. 1 more mile per hour. And we're good. Let's look. Okay, so yeah, see, we're gonna be coming up to Nogales soon, and then, yeah, so we still got all that to go. But yeah, maybe not. We'll probably have to stop right around this area. No, I bet I'm probably gonna butcher this name. Navajoa would be my guess. Is well, we can't stop there, so never mind. That'll be fun to stop in. Let's look and see. Trip time 13 hours, and we've already done about an hour and a half. shoot, we may just have to stop like right here, just to reset our time, just so that way we can make it. Because I know we still have plenty of time left. Yeah, we still have 58 hours before we have to stop, or before the load's late. So we can easily stop. 13 hours, and we've got 10 hours remaining. So I think that once we crawl into Mexico, we're actually going to stop. Just because that's going to make the most sense. It's going to be where we can have a place to actually stop the truck and not have to worry about doing any jank shit with the trailer. I may have to disconnect the trailer and move around to sleep, which is totally fine, but at least we're not going to be doing some crazy stuff with the trailer. So, just roll into Mexico and rest again. No big deal. It'll put us at daytime, which would be kind of nice. I kind of like day driving anyways. I mean, I love seeing these neons, but... And you know, rolling through Mexico in the daytime, give you guys a chance to see, you know, how nice that map mod is, and how much work that the modders put into it. It's like I said before, it's a really, really well done map mod. And I'm not saying Coast to Coast isn't, like I said before, I'm not saying that. It's just that this map modder is just doing a section at a time. And so he's really taking his time and really making it look nice. Whereas I think the Coast to Coast modder, he just made it so that we all have something to drive. And I like them both. I like them both a lot. In fact, it looks like the Coast to Coast modder is starting doing detailing in Florida. Florida is looking really good, especially compared to some of the other states. Whoa, we're slowing way down. Alright, let's crawl through Nogales. Ugh. This is so slow. But we're almost at our rest point. So maybe we shouldn't complain too much. In fact, you're about to see us roll right into Mexico. Whoa. So are we gonna make this slide, or are we gonna get stuck? Can't see around that truck. There we go. Now we're gonna get stuck. Show you guys what the... So this is what we look like. You can see two 53 footers. Pretty damn long. But like I said before, it's a blast. And I'm sure you've seen so far. There are a lot of speed bumps in Mexico. And as you can see, AI just flies right over them. I don't think that's exactly realistic. I'm not taking speed bumps at 30 miles per hour in my pickup. We'll do them at a realistic speed. And we're going to do it at a realistic speed with the trailers as well. So, see, trailer 1's going over it, about to. 2's about to go over it. The dolly just went over it. And I think we're good. There's a rest up here, so this is where we're gonna rest. I just gotta find a way to position the trailers so that way... Oh, here's more speed. Yeah, look at these speed bumps. There's a million of them right here. They do not want you flying through this. Look at that. That's insane. That is just funny. Oh, I bet this is fun, just bouncing all around in this truck. Look at that, Federal Policia. Or Policia Federal. Sorry guys, I haven't brushed up on my Spanish. Alright, let's see if we can hit this trigger. I don't even know where it's at. I haven't rested here before. I think what we'll do is we'll park the trailers right along this curb once we get all past all these damn speed bumps. Let's see, and trailer 2 is going over maybe once we get the trailer over here that it'll let me hit the thing for the... We were on the curb. Oh, look at that. We don't even have to disconnect. I like that. That makes me happy. Let's just look at that. Ugh. Just completely in. That's absolutely beautiful. Now we'll be able to drive all the way to the drop-off. I won't have to worry about sleeping again, as we've got 13 and almost 14 hours, and yep. Here's gonna be the trick: is getting out. We're gonna end up off that curb with this second trailer. There's just no way around it. Look at that. Look at all those trucks shut down right there. Going through inspections. It's pretty neat. The one thing that's a little irritating about Mexico, and I kind of get it, but I don't at the same time, speed limit's 55. And there's some spots where, yeah, 55 is probably a little fast. But then there's other spots where it's like, all right, come on guys, we can go a little bit faster here. And it's not gonna kill us to do 60, 65. I hate the feeling of being in California, which throughout this series, however long I'm doing these, you're not gonna see me going to California much. I can't stand going 55 miles per hour. And California is so long, and it feels like it takes forever. I mean, to go up to Oregon and Washington and the western parts of Canada, obviously I'm probably gonna have to go through California, but I try to avoid California as much as possible because the speeds are just ridiculous. I don't have a green? Oh no, I'm on a protected arrow. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna stay in third person. I'll give you guys a better view of the truck, which I love randomly going in the third person and just looking at this because I think it's just neat. Oh, we're good. So I do love going into third person. I don't know why I keep wanting to say second. It's third person, and I know that. But I do like going into third person and looking at my truck and the load. Although my truck does look a little funny, you know, hauling vans, box trailers, when usually that's more for the aero cabs, which I'm using the flat top cab. So it's a little off. Not to say that it doesn't happen, because it does, but you know, typically these trucks are more built for heavy hauls, which, you know, I mean, by definition of heavy haul, I am hauling heavy, but it's more for like the rock crawlers, the flat boys, the low boys with the dollies, even some flatbeds, things like that. Where the flat top of the truck isn't going to hinder the aerodynamics of the entire load. Which I'll even go into that and kind of explain that a little bit more. So a truck like this, it's not exactly aerodynamic. It's not as aerodynamic as, let's say like we'll compare it to my last truck, the T680, the Kenworth T680. That truck it's very aerodynamic. Holy cow, we're flying through here. That's another thing you gotta watch out here in Mexico is these turns. They're sharp. And even at 55 miles per hour, you're cooking it. Anyways, so the T680, it's a very aerodynamic truck compared to this 389. And with big trucks like these, aerodynamics is everything, because that's gonna really, the more aerodynamic, the less drag it's gonna have. With the less drag, it's gonna be less engine, the less the engine has to work to move the truck. With the engine working less, you get a little bit better gas, a little bit better diesel mileage. So the aero trucks kind of play a big part in the end. So with this being more built for heavy haul loads, you're not going to be really worried about aerodynamics because of how the loads are set up, essentially. We'll stop here. Why not? So, this is a little bit more built for... See, there's a flat top over there hauling a box trailer. So, we're not the only ones doing it. But, a truck like this is just built for heavy haul loads. But, I don't think that it really makes much of a difference in the aspect of the game. So, we just kind of keep it like this. If you can see so far, I think Mexico looks really good, as I've mentioned before. The scenery isn't just kind of thrown together. It's actually been worked on. Oh, look at that. Part of the map dropped out. But that's okay. It'll be alright. But the scenery's not really just thrown together. It looks good. I mean, I'm not too familiar with Mexico, but I imagine that it probably is looking pretty similar. That would be my guess. Very tight corner right here. Very, very tight. We'll hug this right to get around this. Now with us having rested, this gas isn't going to take us all the way to the drop. Actually, it might, but it'll be just barely. What I'll do is when we get to about half a tank, and to kind of break up the monotony of all this driving, we'll stop and we'll get some gas. Just kind of, like I said, kind of break it up, and that way we know for sure that we can make it down to our drop point with these trailers. I think eventually I am going to invest in some better editing software, because like this right here, I would love to show you guys all of Mexico, and unless I talk for the next 45 minutes, there's really no reason for me to keep this last leg of the trip in. You guys are going to get bored. And I don't know that I can find enough shit to talk about for the next 45 minutes for you guys to see all of it. So it would be nice is to have some editing software where I can kind of speed up the recording, so that way you don't necessarily get bored, but you do get to see Mexico and all of its beauty that has been put in. Okay, looks like our lane's ending. That guy's gonna let us over. We'll go ahead and we'll thank him. So later down the road, I will invest in better editing software. That's just going to come with time. Whoa, okay, there we go. No, we didn't need to stop on it. That's just going to come with time at this point. I've got other obligations I have to worry about first. In fact, before I even think about new editing software, I want to get intros. I think I have an idea of what I want to do for the intro. There's a couple different websites that are going to help me do it. And the way I want to set up the intros is I think it's going to actually go across. It's going to be the same one across all my videos. And I'm actually going to do an outro also, because I think it's just kind of weird, just the video just stopping. So we'll do an intro and an outro. Make it look a little bit more professional. Sorry, I really need to take a drink. My throat was starting to get dry from talking so much. But then, you know, as time goes on and, you know, I keep getting better and better at this, and hopefully my subscribers keep going up and up, then I will definitely start investing more into the editing software side. The recording software, I'm not going to worry about too much. I mean, I think it does exactly what I need it to do, and that's record. So we'll leave that alone. We'll get some better editing software. Then maybe one day I can go back and edit that second episode and get rid of the music, if that's something I'm able to do. And then I can finally post that one, and you guys can see that and see that part of the trip into Florida that everybody's missed, unfortunately. I really did not think that video would get flagged for that. You know, it's the game's music. It's not like I brought in, you know, a third-person app where I was listening to music. No, and even in the video, you watch me put on music inside the game. I'm playing the game. The music's part of the game. Kind of silly, if you ask me, but those are the copyright laws, I guess, we have nowadays. Because everyone's so damn Sue happy. So, it's whatever. Maybe one day I'll be able to fix it. Oh, yep, here's one of the cool features in New Mexico. This is like a little checkpoint that they've put in. As you can see on the other side, on the northbound traffic, they have like all the trucks pulled over, and they're inspecting all the trucks. It's simulated, of course. When you come through the northbound, you don't stop or anything. You just roll on through. But it's just kind of cool, the little scenarios that even they've set up. Everyone's stopping right here, but I'm just gonna roll. I didn't see any stop signs, so we'll just keep on going. But it's just cool, these little scenarios that they put up. I think it's pretty damn cool. You know, the inspection checkpoint, seeing what load's going into either the United States, which I imagine there are. Oh, FPS is just tanked right there. My computer did not like that. Anyways, it's just cool just to see, you know, little things like that. Ooh, not paying attention. That was close. Yeah, that's what I get for talking and driving. That's why they say don't use your cell phone, even though I'm hands-free and I'm driving, but just too busy looking around at the scenery and checking out that checkpoint. I was honestly looking at, like you see this little shack here on the on-ramp from the way station. I was honestly looking at it on the other side because where the modder set the shack and where he set the road for the on-ramp, the shack kind of looks like it's sitting on the road a little bit, so I was kind of looking at that, not paying attention when we rolled past it, and damn near rear-ended. I think it was a Kenworth that was in front of me. Thankfully, I didn't. Down in Mexico. I don't want a ticket in Mexico, and I definitely don't want to try and call my insurance company to come pick us up or send me another truck, a rental. So we're at about half a tank, a little over half. We'll start looking for a place to refuel the truck. We got about 320-ish miles to go. I mean, we could make it there, no problem, but why not stop? Let's see, and show you guys a little bit more of Mexico and what it has to offer. I'm going to check the map real quick, see what we have ahead of us, just to kind of brainstorm or give me an idea of where I want to stop. Like I mentioned before, with this long ass trailer, you got to kind of figure it out. I think we could do this gas station. It's gonna be hard. That's gonna be a hard one to do, and I doubt we're gonna have any more good ones. They haven't really put any truck stops in this DLC, or in this. So yeah, we'll stop at that one. I'll make it work. I'm a fairly good driver, as you've seen before. So I can make that one work for us. What I'll end up doing is I'll come around here, come down the bottom, or the southern part of the town, I guess the middle street of the town, then come up. And I'll hang the left side, and I'll come all the way in, and yeah. I think I know how I want to do it. I think that'll be the easiest way to get in. Apparently, I mean, we got 7 hours. 7 hours until we need to rest. We've got 6 hours 30 minutes before we're going to be done with this load. So apparently we lost a little bit of time. I don't know if it was maybe that checkpoint slowed us down a little bit, because I thought we had almost good 2 hours of time between when we needed to rest again and when we were going to deliver this load. So we're going to be cutting it kind of close as far as sleep-wise, but it'll be okay. I mean, we'll definitely make it there and get the load dropped off, and then we'll probably run out of drive time, which is fine, because then I'll rest. There's a garage down there that I can buy and get that, and then with resting we'll be refreshed to get another load and get back on out and get back on the road. I have no idea where I'm going to go once I pick up another load, or like I have no idea what I'm going to look for in loads. Like I said, I think I'm going to switch it up and maybe switch trailers around. I'm definitely going to go in first and just look and see what we have. I generally go for the loads that pay the best. I like collecting money. Kind of nice. I don't collect a lot of money in real life, so might as well collect a lot of money in the game, if you know what I mean. So, look and we'll see. If there's a heavy haul load, I like doing those. Those are probably about my favorite. I don't know that I've hauled too many with the rear dolly. I think I've done one. So, I definitely want to do another one. So, that's definitely something I'm going to keep an eye out for. And, of course, the distance in which we get to drive. Even if I find one and it takes me to, like, Phoenix, you know what? Hey, that's better than nothing. But I'm really going to be looking for those ones that are going to take me up into Canada or Maine, New York, New Hampshire, Delaware area. Maybe even in the, like, Oregon and Seattle area, or western part of I'm slowing way down, way too early, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Or the western parts of Canada. I do know that there is an Alaska mod. I wonder if there's a Hawaii mod yet. I wonder if anyone's gone that far yet. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Most of the trip would be a ferry. You know what? That'd still be kind of cool. But anyways, see what we can find. I may not switch it up just yet. I may look and see what's out there on the out there for work, and then if I don't see anything I like, switch trailers around, throw the bamboo trailer on, and definitely do a bamboo trailer, and show you how fun that thing is on its own. Because that's a long trailer. Like I said, that's got to be about a 70-foot trailer, and the thing is huge. The bamboo is huge. In fact, I even have modded mirrors for you to be able to see around the damn thing because it's so big. So we'll look and we'll see if I can get one of the heavy haul loads with the dual dollies. I'll take that one. But if not, if the loads just kind of suck out of there, we'll put the bamboo mod on and get that one going. As you saw back there, past another speed bump. Mexico is littered with speed bumps. We'll pass another one, at least 2 more on this road. Once we negotiate this turn, there's going to be one shortly after. It'll be before that light for sure. Yep, I see it right there. See, look at that. Got the trailer around. No problem. Let's start slowing down for this. I like to hit them about 10 miles per hour, I think. Between 5 and 10 miles per hour is realistic. See, I'm still slowing down. About 5 miles per hour, I think is a realistic number to hit that speed bump at. Just roll through. Should be getting a green. Yeah, because cross traffic is red. Now we're green. We may not hit another one on this road. Yeah, it looks like there's another one. No, oh, never mind. We're good. This is just gonna be the tricky part: is getting around this corner and getting us into that gas station with the world's longest trailers ever. It's actually not the longest. I can get mods for longer, but and I can even do triple 53-footers. I've done that once. That was pretty fun. But we'll get this one. So yeah, this is just gonna be a blast. A blasty blast, as my beautiful wife loves to say. I think we're just gonna throw hazards on. We're gonna set up on this curb. We're just gonna take it very slow because the how wide I'm gonna have to make this turn is insane. Thankfully, there's like no traffic in this town right now. That makes it kind of easy. Well, I'm about to show you some excellent driving skills again. So now we're going to start cutting it. We're going to stay all the way to the left for now. We're going to cut all the way because I think that trailer is good. Yup. We're going to cut all the way around. We're going to cut all the way around and get into that spot right there. And fill this hog up. See, look at this, and we're not even gonna have to back up. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, I tell you. Let's go ahead and kill hazards, because we are off the road. Now getting out is gonna be a whole different story. Oh. Well. As you can see, we kind of hit that barrier. I wasn't paying attention to that side. I thought I had plenty of clearance. Be alright. We'll get through it. Turn our neons back on. Put it in 1 low. Okay. Okay. No, don't ask me how I'm going to get out of here. I haven't quite figured that out. We're going to go that way. That's how we're going to do it. I didn't realize it would go that way. I thought that this was a dead end. Or that they had that barrier up. That I've been meaning to point out. That I've talked about a little bit. I think we're going to end up scraping. Actually, it doesn't look like it. No, we are good. Good shit. Look at that. Told you guys I'm a good driver. Y'all doubted me. Y'all crazy. So, I played this game in real automatic. There's a couple different settings. You have 4 settings, I think. You have automatic, real automatic, H pattern, and sequential. I play in real automatic, and I don't care for playing in automatic. I would much rather play in sequential, which is essentially standard, manual. But if it's more like paddle shifting. I don't play in H because I don't have a wheel and I can't think of the name, stick right now, like stick for shifting gears. Like a little transmission, if you will. So I play in automatic. I did the sequential for a little bit, for about half a load. And I did do it on heavy haul. But I think I even did it like bobtailing. And it was just trying to climb all the way up and down the gears was just a pain in the ass. It would be different if I could do the H pattern, do real manual transmission, like these trucks are, or most of them are. Like this one is actually manual transmission. It'd be different if I could do that. Because then it's, then you don't have to, like for me, I had it on the up and down on my D-pad, and so when I needed to, change gears, I was going, hitting up a million times, or I was hitting down a million times, and it got very, very annoying, and it just felt, I didn't like it. I did not like it. It wasn't for me. So I switched back to automatic. If I could use the H pattern, where I can put it in the gear that I need it in, and not necessarily climb through a million freaking gears. And we're gonna hit these cars. Let's do this. Let's see if I can save this. Let's see if we get a fine. I did it. Good job. That was just hard. Y'all don't judge me. That was hard. But yeah, if I had a shifter, it'd be a different story. I would definitely do it. I would set it up and use it. And that way I can put it in the gear that I needed. I was having a double tap to change gears, because I'd go from like 3 low to 3 high. Well, it was, there was such minimal change in the gears that from 3 low to 3 high that the RPMs wouldn't change much. You might drop, 500 RPMs, when in reality, especially with the heavy loads, I'm needing to drop a little bit more and really stay, get that bottom end torque out, versus staying towards the top of the RPMs and have that more top end torque in the RPM range and in the power band. So that's why I use automatic. maybe one day I can show you guys the sequential and how annoying it is to, you know, go up 30 freaking times and then go down 30 freaking times and then trying to find, you know, the right gears, like for taking off, like from a stop. I was starting in like too high. It was insane. But I would like it for like some of the other driving, like right now I'd be, let's see what gear I'm in. It's like I'm in 8 low already and I'm doing 45 miles per hour. I'd be sitting at about maybe 6 high. I'd be sitting more closer to 2 grand, which is more the top end of the power band. But, and I mean, and I'm sitting at higher RPM, so I'm using a little bit more gas, but I feel like the truck has a little bit more power at that point versus where I'm here where I'm really low, and I feel like at, you know, 1,000 RPMs, I'm kind of out of the power band. I felt like when I was using the sequential, I was keeping the truck in the power band where it needed to be to move these loads. See, now I'd be sitting at 8 low or 8 high as my like cruise control gears to drop the RPMs down and save the gas. So let's see how much further we have versus when we need to stop. So we've got 5 hours, 242 miles, and we've got 4 hours. See, and now we've dropped 2 hours. I don't know. Maybe it just has something to do with this mod and in the way that the time is set up and things of that nature. Because we were 30 minutes apart. Now we're 2.5 hours in the positive. I don't know. I'm just gonna drive and drop this load and look for another one. There's a lot of cars stopped right there. I do want to look on the map and see where we're at versus how much further we have to go. Get a visual reference, which is something that I really like to do. Okay, so that's where I thought we were going to stop initially. See, that looks a little bit... Yeah, no, that does look about 2 hours of driving, I guess. To me, it looks a little bit longer, but no, that'll be about 2 hours. So, and I haven't been to this city yet, and it looks like there's quite a little bit going on. You got the Wahlberg, the 4.2 print, charged. This is a bus terminal. Once I get back out on the road, I'll kind of explain that. That was an interesting kind of run-in. So and I'll show you whenever I get to finding my next load. I'm gonna slow down. We got lights. But anyways, so I get to my first drop in Mexico, and I'm looking at the loads, saying, all right, you know, what else is there? You know, what loads can I do? Oh, those are beautiful lights. And I see these, it looks like people just standing. And, you know, I'm in TeamSpeak and I'm talking to my buddy, Under Sheriff Rutledge. And I'm sitting there talking to him and I'm telling him about it. And he's like, what? And I sent him a picture. And I was like, are these coyote runs? Am I picking up these people and taking them into the United States? Am I illegally transporting people? And I look at the run and I'm going from, you know, that little peninsula off of Mexico on the western part of it to the to this main island, or not really island, but this main part of Mexico, about where I'm dropping this load off. So I was like, no, I don't think we're doing coyote runs. But I don't know what's going on. Oh, I need to switch lanes. I did not realize that. I thought they were in the shoulder. I'll give myself some room. Oh, they're gonna let me go. Oh, never mind. He was gonna let me go. Looks like they're doing a code 5 stop. Yep. Oh no, accident. Good old 1050. think I thanked that driver enough. But anyways, so I'm like, all right, you know what? We'll go see what it is. Maybe the load's kind of glitched out, so it's not showing me the trailer that I picked these people up in, or maybe they do hop in the cab with me and I run on down the road. So I accept it, and I go and I drive over to the pickup point, and it's a bus depot. And so I try to drive my truck into the spot to pick up my load. There's invisible barriers, it won't let me pull my truck in. I try backing it in, nothing. And so I was talking to Rutledge, and he's like, you know, maybe it's just you need a bus, and that's what you do down in Mexico, is you drive people around on the bus. I was like, interesting. You know, I wouldn't think that would be a thing. I thought it was, you know, essentially human trafficking, you know, bringing people across the border, which I'm kind of thankful it wasn't. Not something that even in a video game I want to partake in. That's something I want to be a part of, but yeah, it was really weird. I'll show you guys, like I said, whenever I go to pick up my next load, or whenever we decide what we're going to roll with next. We'll look at it and see. Alright, I'm going to show you guys. I was just looking, just see how much further we have. So we have 191 miles. Earlier I said we were at 2 hours and some minutes till we drop, right? Now we're at 3 minutes 55, and we have 3 minutes 32 minutes, 3 hours 31 minutes. So I have no idea. So we're just going to keep ignoring that, and we're just going to keep on going. I mean, if I absolutely have to stop, we'll make it work, and we'll stop again. Stopping before we drop isn't a terrible idea, because then, you know, you're already X amount of hours into your day, so that way, you know, you get on and you drive for about 6 hours and then you gotta stop, versus dropping, resting, picking up another load, and now you're going for 13 hours. So I like doing it where I kind of stop a little bit before I drop. That way it just kind of breaks up that monotony, like I've talked about. I always try to find ways to keep the game interesting and not repetitive. I don't understand how some of these people just, they'll truck for hours and hours on end, and they have fatigue off, and they're just going down the road, never stopping, only stopping when they drop the load. It blows my mind. No, right there you saw 80 miles per hour, but for some reason trucks in Mexico can only go 55, whereas, you know, right here, nice open stretch of highway. I'd love to be running at least 60, 65 down this mile. That sign is super bright. I think it's trying to simulate reflecting, but I'd love to be going 60, 65 right now. I can't stand going 55. It's so slow and boring. But we'll get it. We'll get there. There we went over about 4 speed bumps, I think it was. I didn't count. And I ended up going over them at the current speed we're going, 55 miles per hour. The game didn't, or at least I can't read those bright-ass signs as we roll past them, so I don't know if it was, you know, on one of those, like that sign right there. But went over 4 speed bumps. You know, by the time I even saw them, it was too late for me to slow down to, you know, 5 to 7 miles per hour like I like to go over them. But oh well, what can you do? We'll just keep on going, and we'll simulate that they weren't there. If I had seen them beforehand, yeah, I definitely would have slowed down and taken them at an appropriate speed, not at 55 miles per hour. That's just not realistic. You're not going to go over 4 speed bumps back to back to back at 55 miles per hour. In fact, I've seen there's a video going around of how cars react. It's simulated, of course. It's not real. Of vehicles going over 100 speed bumps in a row, and you know when they start getting some of the vehicles, they get quarter of the way in, and they're bouncing around and fucking the frame all up, and yeah, it's insane. Like I think like one car barely makes it, but they're, it's simulated, so it's not real data. It's a guesstimate of what would happen. But yeah, it's even with it simulated, it's fucking these cars up. So I mean, I can only imagine what would really happen underneath, real conditions. But in real life, if I'm going over 4 speed bumps, I'm not taking them at 55 miles per hour. I'm gonna do an appropriate speed for my truck that's not gonna damage my truck or my load. I'm gonna be mindful of all that. And it looks like we're coming to a toll, which these are kind of littered throughout the Mexico map. Usually there's some speed bumps. Once you get a little bit closer, we'll go to this one. I think this one's for trucks. I know one of these are. I don't remember which one. Even though it doesn't have the icon like the other two to the left do, it'll still give me the trick. Or no, it'll pay it for me. That's what it does. It does have these giant speed bumps right here, which again, you're not going to be taking them doing 55 miles per hour. But those, because they are a little bit bigger, a little bit more subtle, I can roll through those and pick up speed like I am now. We shouldn't have too much further to go. I haven't checked it since last time we checked together, but my guess is we don't have too much further to go. I didn't pay attention on the map where we got off the highway like we just did and switched highways and went through that toll. But we were at 195 miles, so we've got to be at about 130 would be my guess. Maybe less than that. Not too far out now. You hear the driver, he's starting to yawn, so I think we're just going to make him suck it up, make him deliver. In fact, once I get up to 55, I'll check and see how he's doing on sleep versus how much further we have to go. Because like I said, I could always just stop and rest before we drop. If I even have that opportunity. We may be hot-shotting it to the drop point. We may not have the opportunity to stop again. So we have an hour. Yeah. We're so close. We might as well just make it. Let's see what we have for stops. Yeah, see, we don't even have anywhere to stop. We're just gonna have to suck. He's just gonna have to suck it up and make it. I mean, I could have stopped over there had I really wanted to. But otherwise he's gonna be fine. He'll live. He will live to tell about it. I can promise you that. With a 15-minute difference, it's not gonna affect anything as far as the driver dozing off. I think you have to go for like a solid hour to 2 hours before the driver will start doing that dozing off shit. So we'll drop the load off, and then we'll just go straight to, I think there's a garage there I can buy that real quick, and then the rest in the garage, and it'll be all good. Alright, so we're coming up to getting off the highway now and rolling into this town. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. I'll butcher it, and y'all will just laugh at me. But, yep, we're slowing down now. Coming in to the town. It's funny, I was just thinking about this. Every time I get these long loads, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. I like doing these long loads. So motivated. And then by the time I get them and I get here, get to this point, like, ugh, hurry up, let's just drop it. and it's every load. It doesn't matter how long it is. It could be, you know, 500 miles or 5,000 miles. And I feel the same way by the end of each trip. And it's even like this one, because I'm trying to stay up tonight and kind of let my wife rest a little bit before she has to go to clinicals. Definitely make sure she falls asleep before I go back into the bedroom. So that way I'm not disturbing her. Once she's asleep, she's usually pretty good about staying asleep. As long as I don't do any asshole moves and wake her up. But anyway, so I'm trying to... So I'm going to start the next load. And put a little bit of time into the next episode. Before I call it a night for tonight. So... You know, even when I start this next load, I'm going to find out and be like, oh yeah, I really like this load, let's do it. And then you'll hear me as soon as we get to the next spot, or when we get to the next drop. Oh man, I'm so glad to be dropping this load finally. Like, it's just funny how that works, you know, and it doesn't change. It's something that's always stayed that way. Alright, so yeah, we just gotta make this right, and then I think it's right there off to the... We'll end up having to make a left turn into it. And then, yeah, as you can see there on the... excuse me. On the GPS, we got that garage that we can buy, so we'll buy that real quick, and then we'll rest inside of it. In fact, I've got like 5 garages that I need to put some trucks in and get some drivers on, but because I've been more focused on my recordings and making sure that I can get some videos going. Wow, this is a huge turn. That was a sharp corner. But since I've been so focused on that, I haven't really put any time into getting, you know, my garages going. And I'll get that fixed. I can do it between videos. I was doing it between, like, after each load, I was doing that. But I think that, like, you know, next time I fire the game up before I start recording, I'll get that going. It's a random place for a stop sign. You're not going to see me drop this load. You're going to see this. So, again, thank you for watching these episodes. At least 2 episodes. And I hope that you guys, you know, continue to enjoy these. I have a lot of fun doing them. I really like doing it. I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, give me a thumbs up, you know, leave comments, let me know what you guys want to see. I'm definitely going to listen and you know, kind of tailor it to what you guys want to see also, and make it interesting for you guys. But anyways, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.